Omega Speedmaster. First watch in space. A watch working in space? Sounds impossible, right? But not for Omega. Speed and time are no limits for them. Omega takes pride in breaking the boundaries of time, space, and even human limits. That's why they've launched a new timepiece to honor their very first Speedmaster watch. Interesting, isn't it? If you're just as curious as I am, let's dive into the video and check out this incredible timepiece. Omega has always been obsessed with precision. They were actually the first brand to time the entire Olympic Games at the Los Angeles Summer Olympics. They even created the nurse's watch during World War II to help medics track pulses. Now, here's where things get even cooler. After those big wins, Omega introduced two standout models, the Railmaster and the Speedmaster, both under their professional collection. Each one was designed to crush it in their respective fields. Surprisingly, the Speedmaster wasn't originally built for space. It was actually designed for land use. With a 1/5 second chronograph, a 33mm tachymeter engraved bezel, and its iconic broad arrow hand, it was a powerhouse for timing sports and racing events. No wonder Omega became the official timekeeper of the Olympic Games. And guess what? All those awesome features eventually caught the attention of astronauts. And that's when the Speedmaster's journey to the stars really began. It all started with the Speedmaster Professional 2998, when Wally Schirra wore it during his Mercury mission on October 3, 1962. He took his personal Speedmaster with him on the Sigma 7 for a 9-hour trip around Earth, even though NASA hadn't given it the official green light yet. Surprisingly, the watch kept ticking perfectly in zero gravity for a total of 295 hours in space, making it the first Omega to ever go to space, before NASA even made it official. Fast forward to 1964, and NASA decided they needed a super tough and reliable watch for their astronauts. They weren't too sure that digital watches could handle the crazy conditions of space, so they asked some big names, Omega, Longines Wittnauer, Rolex, and Hamilton, to send in their best watches for testing. And these tests were no joke. The watches had to survive insane temperatures and intense vibrations and shocks up to 40 G. Next were the humidity and pressure tests, exposing the watches to intense moisture and sudden pressure shifts to see if they could withstand extreme atmospheric changes. Finally, they were tested in a vacuum and exposed to strong magnetic fields to simulate deep space conditions. By March 1965, only the Speedmaster made it through all the tests without failing. However, Omega didn't even know they'd won until they saw Ed White wearing it during his legendary spacewalk on the Gemini 4 mission. The Speedmaster officially became NASA gear after that. Gus Grissom and John Young wore it during the Gemini 3 mission, and from then on, it became standard for all NASA astronauts. But the Speedmaster's big moment came in 1969, when Buzz Aldrin wore it while walking on the moon during the Apollo 11 mission, making it the first watch to ever touch the lunar surface. And it didn't stop there. In 1970, during the Apollo 13 crisis, the Speedmaster's precision saved the day. When the digital timers on board failed, the astronauts used the Speedmaster to time a critical 14-second engine burn, which helped them return safely to Earth. Now that's a watch with some serious street cred. After its big moments in space, the Speedmaster stayed NASA's go-to chronograph through the rest of the Apollo missions, the Skylab program, and even the Space Shuttle era. It became a symbol of reliability and precision in space exploration. Omega's been mastering timekeeping for over 175 years. From the racetrack to the ocean, the sky, and even outer space, they've played a key role in some of humanity's greatest achievements and are still going strong. They're now working with NASA in the upcoming Artemis missions and creating stunning commemorative pieces to honor past missions. NASA even awarded Omega the prestigious Silver Snoopy Award for their contribution to human spaceflight. To celebrate, Omega released 3 special Snoopy-themed Speedmasters in 2003, 2017, and 2020. The Apollo 13 Silver Snoopy Award edition celebrates the Speedmaster's crucial role during that mission, while the Speedmaster 57 is a tribute to the original 1950s design. In 2012, Omega released the first Omega in space to honor the CK2998, the first Omega worn in space. It reintroduced the stepped subdials now seen in modern Speedmasters. Moreover, the special releases like the Apollo 11 50th anniversary in 2019 and the Speedy Tuesday editions from 2017 and 2018 are fan favorites. Powered by Omega's iconic coaxial calibers, these watches are built for the next generation of adventurers. The Omega Speedmaster Dark Side of the Moon series made a huge splash when it first dropped in 2013. Fans of the Swiss brand couldn't get enough of it, and honestly, who can blame them? This legendary chronograph combines sleek design, next-level innovation, and some seriously impressive ceramic craftsmanship. Even the name sounds cool, right? Inspired by NASA astronauts who ventured deep into space, this collection is all about style, adventure, and timeless appeal. To make things more interesting and unique, Omega and Swatch joined forces to create something seriously different: the Moon Swatch. It's a fun, fresh take on the classic Speedmaster chronograph. Omega, known for iconic watches like the Seamaster and Speedmaster, handled the design and functionality. Swatch stepped in with the movement and the material for the case, making it a perfect blend of style and innovation. The Moon Swatch runs on a quartz-powered movement and comes in a bioceramic case, which is made to match the exact size and shape of the original Speedmaster moonwatch. The dial looks a lot like the classic moonwatch, but with a new twist. A unique tri-register layout that's never been seen on a Speedmaster before. The collection includes 11 models, each inspired by a planet in our solar system. Plus, the Moon, the Sun, and even Pluto. Because Pluto deserves some love too, you know? Most moon swatches are bright and colorful, but the Mission to the Moon model keeps it classy with a steel gray case and black face, giving off serious original moonwatch vibes. It also comes with a comfy black Velcro strap and cool design touches like a glass surface with an etched S, a smooth circular pattern on the dial, recessed subdials, and the iconic ./90 on the tachymeter. The bioceramic material gives it a sleek, lightweight feel, making it a stylish and easy-to-wear choice for any watch lover. One must admit that Omega has always been consistently evolving and improving the designs of their watches. Omega has introduced a fresh take on its legendary Speedmaster, and trust me, when you're updating a classic, you've got to tread carefully. But Omega nailed it with their latest version of the iconic moonwatch. They kept things sleek, stylish, and true to the original moonwatch design, giving fans exactly what they love with some exciting updates. Over the years, Omega has been pretty selective about tweaking the Speedmaster, and this latest version, known as the New Moon, reference 310.30.42.50.01.001, stays remarkably close to the iconic original. Like all moon watches, it boasts a 42mm case. The dial, called a stepped dial because of its slightly recessed subdials and minute track, keeps things clean with a classic black face, contrasted by crisp white hands and hour markers. The domed Hesalite crystal and black tachymeter bezel include the famous ./90 detail, a nod to the original design. If you want a more modern watch, there's also a version with a sapphire crystal case, reference 310.30.42.50.01.002. This one has a transparent case back that lets you see the impressive caliber 3861 movement in action, the direct descendant of the caliber 861 used in the original 1969 moonwatch. Now, it's pretty obvious that the moonwatch version worn by Armstrong, Aldrin, and the Apollo astronauts is legendary among Omega fans and collectors. The reference 105.012, worn by Buzz Aldrin on the Moon, is a holy grail for collectors. If you're hunting for a vintage Speedmaster, you can find models from the 1970s and 80s for around $7,500. But if you're aiming for a piece from the original 1957 run, be ready to shell out over $80,000. And for a rare and special edition, don't be surprised if the price climbs to $50,000 or more. With so much history and prestige packed into one watch, it's no wonder the Speedmaster is still one of the most sought-after timepieces. So, after hearing all this, you've probably got a Speedmaster in mind that you'd love to get your hands on. Let us know in the comments, and if you're still not sure which Speedmaster suits your style best, don't worry, we've got more videos lined up to help you figure it out. So stay tuned, keep watching, and thank me later.